Hey everybody, welcome back. We finally have our core support delivered to us, and we have it put into place. We have a bunch of clamps on it right now to hold it. We lined it up by going with the old one that we took off and measuring where the holes are that when we drilled through to make the disconnect of the spot welds. And by measuring those spots on the old one versus the new one, we're as close as we can possibly get with it at this point in time. We have our mounts under here put into the frame. We have everything clamped up, so we're going to go ahead and start welding our spot weld holes back in. So we'll get doing that right now. Okay, now we're going to take and put little tack welds on it so we don't heat distort, and we're going to let it cool down from spot to spot. So that one there has got a couple good little spots on it. We're going to leave it for now, and we're going to come down to this one down here, which I should have. Let's see, I have another pair. There we are. There we go. All right. Okay. Then we'll go up here to the top and we'll put a little speck up here. Okay, and we'll just keep doing that. We'll be bouncing around a little bit. And there's a lot of bend in both pieces, so we can get them a little bit warm, but we don't want to get them too hot where they'll start to distort, because then when we go to put the fenders and the grill supports and stuff in, we want to keep them as close as possible where they're at right now. We don't want to get them moving around. We'll put some down here at the bottom. Okay, we're going to keep doing this down around this side. We'll get the other side tacked in like this, and then we'll start putting some fenders on it. So I'm not going to bore you with just doing a bunch of tacks. And what we'll probably do is we'll just dust off the little tops of them, and we'll just put a little bit of paint on them before we cover them up with the fenders as well. So we'll be back in a few. Okay, as you can see, we got the spot welds taken care of. They're all welded in on the top and the side there. It's the passenger side. And we'll come over here to the driver's side. You can see the top is spotted in there. And then we got our spot welds down the side taken care of. And our spot welds in the front taken care of. Okay, we also have the spot welds ground down and painted. So we are in pretty good shape at this point in time. We're going to be putting our fender in. So we'll start with our driver's side right here. See how it lines up. Don't look like it lines up too bad. We'll put a couple bolts in here to hold it in place. See how this fits together here. Alright, that doesn't fit too bad. Don't look like it fits too bad up here. More bolts in it just to hold it in place. We're not going to tighten nothing down just yet. We're going to have to get the hood and the other fender and whatnot on, so we'll have to line things up. That's gonna look all pretty good. The door gap isn't too bad. So what we'll do now is we'll get the other side on and see how that one fits. Looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of modifying on our holes here. We need to slide this back over just a little bit. But what we'll do first of all is just get the bolts in the holes, and we won't snug them up, but we'll get them kind of bolted down just a little bit, and get a little bit closer where they need to be, and put our hood on next. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. It's lining up pretty decent. It's gonna have some shims here and there probably. This is gonna be picked up so it closes this gap up. Probably have to go over a little bit more like that. So then we got some bolts put in the bottom and stuff, but we'll get to it. We'll just kind of put the shell together first, and then we'll start putting the shims and adjustments to it and stuff, so we'll get it looking nice. This here's gonna come up and over too, just like that. So yeah, we're getting it. So it's hot today here in northern Michigan. It's in the 90s. Humid. We get a lot of humidity, but we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to continue on. So Get our hood over here. We're going to go ahead and put the pieces on our hood. We have some little clips that go in here and here, so we can get the bolts in it. And we bought new clips and bolts to help with the build here too, because some got broke off when we took things apart. Some of them were put where they were getting damaged and whatnot, so we couldn't reuse some of them. But we do have new clips to put in. So. All right. So I will get some help, get an assistant, and we'll get this hood sitting up there and we'll get some bolts in it, and we'll be right back. Okay, we've been working on it for a little bit. We got our hood sitting down on it. We've got our fenders adjusted into the hood pretty good on the top. You can see the lines are pretty consistent. Down around the doors are pretty consistent. The lines down the sides line up. It's as good as we're going to be able to get it at this point in time. We're looking really well. We got the passenger side all put together in the same state as the driver's side. It looks just as good. Our seams, our gaps look pretty good. So I think what we're going to do next is we're going to start putting our grill support in. So we'll lift the hood up, put our prop up here, and get our grill support. Okay, here's our grill support. We're going to go ahead and put a couple of the nuts and washers on. There's a couple studs here. That'll be the place to start. Let's go like that right there. it's going to look like that. We'll set our hood down. See what it looks like. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, we gotta put a few more of our bolts in, so get something started here. Okay. Well, there you have it. We'll get that lined up, get it bolted in, get our bumper bracket on it, and that's pretty much going to be it for it, because then it's going to be sent out to have the wrap put on it. We'll get the tires and wheels back on it. As you can tell, we got the flares off of the back portion of it, and door handles and stuff off of it. It just makes it easier for the fellow that's going to do the wrap on it. It's going to be a camouflaged wrap, because the fella does a lot of deer hunting and fishing and whatnot, so he spends a lot of time out in the woods and whatnot, so he figured that a camouflage wrap would look really cool on it. So we're not going to be putting the headlights and the turn signals or the grill and stuff in it until after we get it back from the wrap. I guess that's pretty much the end of this video segment. Stick around for part 2 and you'll see the rest of it being put back together. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, do it. It helps us out. And hit the notification button. That'll get you first-hand experience of when our videos come up. It'll hit your phone or your computer, whatever you got going on, so you'll be able to keep up with our videos. And thank you for watching.